Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today on Everything AeroPilates. In this video, I'm talking about one of the models that are often available for sale on eBay and Amazon, even during this quarantine where everybody's buying out every unique model. There are two models that keep coming into stock. One is a 4-cord 279A, and I showed that in another video, and I'm going to compare those in another video. But this is the 3-cord 287A. And the reason the A is important is you actually have some pretty nice upgrades on these A models. So, but previously, if you have just a 287 3-cord reformer, you have a great machine, but what you have is a different adjustment system. And I think this new adjustment system is just amazing. You will both have foam handles. These newer foam handles are more of a softer foam, and they don't have that kind of plastic coating on the outside that the older foam handles had. So they do feel like they're not going to be quite as sturdy. You still have a Velcro strap here, so if you want this loop to be bigger, maybe to get around your foot, or sometimes if you're just starting out, you might want to have a loop around your knee. You can make that quite a bit bigger. So that's one nice feature about this. But as I was saying, the adjustment system here is stellar. It's my favorite adjustment system. They've had more than 3, but 3 more recent adjustment systems. One was a clip system underneath. One was a plus model where the handle, just this handle that I just made bigger, gets really big, and it can get to be like over a foot long of a handle, and that's how you would adjust if you have really, really long legs. And so that one was kind of a pain, and you know, the straps would get tangled, and so I'll show you that in a different video. But I'm going to show you real quickly, not detailed, but just this adjustment system and how quick and easy it is. So obviously this strap is really short. It doesn't even cover my shoulder pad. So let's see how quickly we can get it down to the shoulder pad. So to make the strap longer, I'm just going to come from this side of the cord, or from this side of the strap, and I'm going to push up until I get a big loop there, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull it through. And so now I already have a longer strap. It still doesn't reach the shoulder pad yet, so let's do it again. I'm going to push up in a big loop there, pull it down, and now that definitely reaches onto my shoulder pad. So the other really nice thing about this 3-cord is the size of the tow bar that comes with it. You guys see how big this tow bar is? It's really nice and wide, and it's actually as wide as a 5-cord tow bar. Where your 4-cord, the 379 that I was just showing you, is only this wide. So do you see that? It fits actually inside, and then if you took them corner to corner to show how wide your hips can open, you have quite a bit of extra there. Let me lay that down so you can probably see it better. So you have like 8 inches right there of an extra tow bar where you can open your hips wide. So that is one thing that I love about this 3-cord. You're not going to have the variety of having a 4-cord, but you can get your hips very, very wide. So this 3-cord is really a great beginner model. And one thing that people like about the 3-cord is that it has no pulley risers in the back. The reason you might like that is if you have to fit this under a bed or maybe like a taller couch, this whole thing could, like, once you flatten the headboard and take out the tow bar, you could slide it under your bed and you wouldn't have to worry about taking the pulley risers out every time. So if that's how you're looking to store your AeroPilates, this is a great one for you. Now this comes with 3 black cords. It doesn't have any color cords. Those can be upgraded along the way. Now let's talk about some of the complaints you might have if you get this model. You certainly can't complain about this tow bar. This is an amazing wide tow bar, but 3 black cords you might think is limited. Now, for all the months that I've been doing the AeroPilates, I have not gone past the equivalent of 3 black cords, but I do like to switch up and sometimes use the red and sometimes use a black and a yellow. So I do like the ability to switch things up and have a variety of the color cords, and you could change out these cords. And then also, this model, if you notice, does not have a rebounder. You will not get a rebounder with this model. They sell it separately, and it ranges from $90 to $150 before tax, usually with free shipping. And so that is going to add another at least $100 price tag to this basic reformer. So that is a good reason to consider the $379 instead. You're going to pay $150 to almost $200 more to get the 4-cord. So that's something to consider if you are really on a tight budget. This model is sufficient. It's going to be great. It's going to get you started. But if you have a little more money, you can get a rebounder, which you're gonna pay about $100 for anyway, new. And then you can get an extra cord. You can get the colored cords. You have a red and a yellow. You can get the pulley risers. And one thing that people like about the pulley risers is you can later switch those out for a pull-up bar if you want to do that. Even if you don't want to switch out for a pull-up bar, you can adjust the hooks on the pulley riser and get a different resistance for your workout. Now let me talk to you about one of the #1 complaints of this model. Because the straps are low and they're not up from a pulley riser, you would have to be relatively flexible or really loosen the straps to use this model. So if you're flexible, this is a great model for you. If you are really new to Pilates and maybe you're a little larger like myself, I've been losing, but if you're a little larger like myself, or you're not very flexible, this machine takes you to what the pulley risers have the levels, and you don't get to the lower strap level until you're more advanced. But here you're starting at the most advanced level. So you would really want to be flexible for this and probably a little smaller. And I'm going to show you the reason why you want to be a little smaller in just a moment. But as for flexibility, it's just going to pull your legs back at the furthest down they can go. So you're going to get a great stretch, but if you're not flexible, it might be too much for you at first. And I just want to show you the #1 complaint for this model. When you're doing leg circles, you're hitting your arms and you're hitting other things while you're doing the leg circle. If you're flexible and little, you may not be wide enough to even get hit with the straps, then this model is going to be absolutely great for you. If you're not as flexible and you're a little larger, you might have a little bit of annoyance when the straps are hitting your shoulders and maybe hitting other areas as well. So that's something to consider with these two models. You have the 379A, the 287A, that are very often options that come back into stock more than any other model I've ever seen on eBay and Amazon. So if you are looking for an AeroPilates, everything else is out of stock. One of these will come back into stock if you wait about a week or so. They're almost always back in stock within a week. So they just mass produce these two models. So this is what this 287 looks like, the 3-cord. Remember, no rebounder, no pulley risers, which is great for storing it under the bed. Not so great if you're a larger person. You might get hit with the straps when you're doing leg circles. That can be an annoyance. You could upgrade these cords, but they start with 3 black cords. And you don't have the double loop straps like the 379 has, which is a really great feature. So overall, if you can spring for the 379A, I think it's purple, if you can handle the purple. And this gray is a really pretty neutral color, but the purple is really nice. So if you are okay with the purple, you can spring for the 4-cord. I would definitely spring for the 4-cord. But if you are just trying to slowly build up your AeroPilates fitness equipment, you can go ahead and get this one. It's a great starter one. Has a really great wide tow bar, and is definitely going to get the job done. It will give you still an even balanced body. It will do everything that the 4-cord can do. There just might be a few things that you don't like quite as much. And the 379 came with 4 DVDs. This comes with 0 DVDs. What it does come with is a free full body workout. You put the code in. You are going to register your product on staminaproducts.com. You're going to register your model number and your serial number, and then you're going to go into your their on-demand workouts. It's going to say redeem a code, and you're going to use your serial number. I believe it's your model number and your serial number together as one big number, and that's going to be your code, and they're going to unlock this free online workout for you. But that is the only workout that comes with this 3-cord. It does also have the chart, which we showed in the 379A. I'll show it real quickly to you guys. It just is great to have as a quick reference. If you want to work your arms real quickly or abdominals real quickly, it has a few exercises for every muscle group. And you can just check that out, do a few of those exercises when you have a few minutes. I like this chart because I don't have to think about what I'm going to do. I can just look at it. And then you have your manual, which is really important because if you ever needed to order a new part number, let's just say for instance the shoulder pad had a problem, this one was ripped, maybe your dog ate it or something. So you would look at your part manual and you would find that that's number 17. You would call staminaproducts.com, you go to staminaproducts.com, look at their customer care section, find that phone number, which is actually probably in the front of this book as well. It's right here on the front of the book. So you're going to call that number and you're going to say, hey, I have an AeroPilates that I need to order a part for. And they're gonna say, okay, what's your model number? And you're gonna tell them the model number, which this case is 554-287A. And then you're gonna say your serial number. They're gonna ask your serial number, and that's on the sticker right under here. You're gonna find both your model number and your serial number right on the sticker. I can feel it right here. And then you're gonna tell them by looking at your part number that you need part 17, and you're gonna find out what they officially call it here. They call it a foam pad. Now I would call this like a shoulder pad. They don't call it that. They call it a foam pad. You need to use the exact language because Stamina Products has a ton of exercise equipment. They don't just have AeroPilates. So when you say 17 foam pad, maybe I need 2 of them because the dog chewed both. Maybe I only need 1. I tell them that, and then I get my part ordered. Obviously you're gonna have to pay for it. If your dog chewed it. If it comes, something's wrong with it when it comes, you can call them and get it free. As soon as if you buy this new off of Amazon or eBay from an authorized seller, you will be able to replace any part here when you first get your machine if something's wrong with it. And I want you to remember that because I've seen some reviews where people have a rip on their hair or on this pad right here and they're frustrated, but you can call Stamina Products. You can tell them when you purchased it and they will send you a new foam pad. Sometimes you have to pay for it. It's not expensive. You'd actually be surprised how cheap they give you these replacement parts for your own model. And if it's newer and it just came with a rip, they'll send it right out to you because they stand behind their products. So that's what this booklet is great for. It also talks to you about some cord colors if you want to switch the cord colors. And it just tells you how to change the cords and a lot of other things. It's a great little booklet for your information for your AeroPilates. Okay guys, I'm going to compare these 2 models next, and I will see you next time on Everything AeroPilates. Bye.